I feel this cold, suppressed anger in the sentence. It's like, if I get my hands on you, I will rip your neck. Oh, no. It's that kind of situation. I hope you don't get stuck at an airport and afterwards you have to write a letter or an email to airport manager complaining why that was the case and you got stuck. But that is the case for our IELTS preparation at the moment for general training module, and that's exactly why you are here. Welcome to IELTS Juice. Let's start assessing a letter this time, and it is about a delay at an airport. So let's read the rubric. Something in an airport delayed you and you missed your flight. Oh gosh, it's not a pleasant experience, of course. Write a letter to the airport's customer service department. It's interesting. I actually never knew that airports have customer service department, but that's probably my lack of knowledge. In your letter, include what delayed you. Okay, that's easy to explain. How missing this flight affected you. Oh, this part is the one that you usually do with a lot of anger. And finally, what you would like the airport to do about this issue. Okay, yeah, you come up with some suggestions. They will probably ignore it until the very, very, very last moment. But again, maybe that's my lack of knowledge. Let's continue reading the response with a note saying that this is a formal letter and you are not very happy with the result. So you need to show your rage and control it at the same time. So it's a very delicate balance you need to maintain. Okay, let's see if we can delicately maintain the balance. Dear sir or madam, I am writing to you regarding a situation that led me. The situation doesn't always lead me, so it's not a recurring event. That led me to miss my flight on June 20th, 2021. It's a good data. That's very specific. I feel the urge. Okay. That's the first sign of the rage. All right. But it is controlled. I feel the urge to bring to your attention the details of the situation. I feel this cold, suppressed anger in the sentence. It's like, if I get my hands on you, I will rip your neck. Oh, no. It's that kind of situation. Allow me to elaborate on exactly what happened. Okay, next paragraph. I love this paragraph, by the way. This was a very good introduction. It feels like if you as a reader make a single bad move, this guy is going to explode. It gives you that kind of vibe. I am a university professor and I was visiting Houston, lovely city, on a one-day trip. There are too many hyphens. I don't need this one. One-day trip is fine. On a one-day trip to give a lecture at the university, probably University of Houston. So, on my return flight, I was using the facilities that your airport has provided, uh, maybe had provided, or provided, or your airport provides, because I mean, technically all of them are kind of possible, but has provided is a bit not accurate, I guess. If you say had provided, means that after my experience, they shut down the whole thing. Or if you say the airport provides is something routine and it happens at every airport, both technically are possible, but not has provided. I'm not comfortable with the grammar. You could also say I use the facility that your airport provided. Just to show, I mean, these three grammatical structures that I just mentioned, they all carry slightly different meanings and messages. I don't know what happens next, but I'm just saying has provided might not be the best choice here. So let's go with the present simple. That's the safest. Your airport provides for resting inside the airport. Unfortunately, the automatic door of the facility got stuck. Spelled incorrectly. Stuck, S-T-U-C-K, and no one could open the door manually. Oh my God. So the automatic door got stuck, so it couldn't automatically open the door. There were people there to help you with the door to open it manually, and they couldn't. Okay, that's a predicament. That's a weird situation. Oh my God. No wonder you are extremely outraged. Moreover, there was no telephone or any other facility to inform the related authorities to help us with this matter. Ah, so even the airport workers or staff weren't able to deal with this situation. That's interesting. This resulted in my delay, and I missed. This resulted in my delay, comma, and I missed my flight. Oh, you could mention the flights from Houston to your hometown, or or you could mention the flight number, basically something. I don't know. JB 888. Anyway, as a result, I lost all my next day classes. Again, too many hyphens, just next day. I don't need this one. Delete this one, classes. And since the situation was unexpected, I need a comma before and. I could not notify the university beforehand. Fair enough. The logic is clear. You got stuck in a room that was designed for people to just calm down and rest. You, I don't know, banged on the door, tried to open it manually. The airport staff tried to open it for you manually. They couldn't. They wanted to reach out to someone from the company or from the airport authorities. They themselves couldn't reach out to anyone. You got stuck. You had a delay until they finally managed to open the door, and you were out of the place, but the plane had already flown. All right. The middle paragraph maintained a very good neutrality. The tone is spot on. It's not emotional. It is clearly reporting the facts, and leave the judgment to maybe the authorities, or the emotion goes in the introduction or in the conclusion. That is smart. I trust you can empathize with my situation. I like that. You already assume that they have no choice but to empathize with you. There is no other way. I am expecting you, very blunt and direct. I'm expecting you to prepare some communication facilities inside different areas in the airport so that in cases of emergency, that is usually in case of emergency. How many times you have cases of emergency? Usually it is once in a while. So once in a while, that is. But in cases of emergency, it doesn't hurt. People can notify the responsible unit. Fair enough. It's a good suggestion. I hope that by taking a prompt action, action is countable, no one would get stuck. I hope, we're talking about future, will get stuck, again, not accurately spelled, in such a situation in the future. Your timely attention to this matter is needed. I'm not joking. There's nothing to joke about. Your timely attention to this matter is needed. This is very bluntly formal. I don't know how to put it. It's like it's like a ninja move. You don't know where I'm talking from the perspective of a reader, of course. You don't know where you're getting hits and attacks. You want to spot the ninja, but you can't see the ninja, but you keep receiving attacks from left and right, and you don't know how to dodge and what to do. So you are forced to say, okay, I give up. Ninja rider, I give up. Please don't hurt me. Let's calm down, sit at the table. We will negotiate a deal, and we will find a common ground. You will be happy, we will be happy, everybody wins. I like this. I really like this. Sincerely, 215 words. Sincerely is a very good closing statement. Let's look at the band descriptors. Okay. I'm in task achievement 8. What can I add more to it? Flight number, maybe? Because it is common when you say I was visiting Houston, okay, on my return flight, or you could just, I know guys, you don't have to mention, you can simply say it as like in half a sentence, that attached you may find my return ticket and the initial report of the incident by the authorities. That's it. You know, you don't have to even say anything. You don't have to mention details. You don't have to say, yeah, my flight number was I don't know, JB888, and my airplane was Airbus model blah blah, and we were supposed to have an 8-hour flight back from Houston to this city. Sure, if you want to go ahead and use that opportunity to show off your vocabulary, go ahead. But if you already did so and you believe that your vocabulary range is fine, your grammar range is fine, and you don't need, or you don't have enough time to actually go ahead and come up with those elements, simply say, attached you may find the receipt. Attached you may find the initial report of the police. Attached you may find a copy of my ticket. Attached you may find a copy of my itinerary. Whatever. That just takes half a sentence, half a line, but it's going to actually help you deliver 100% of the message. You know, let me clarify this, because imagine I was the head of security in that airport and I received this letter. I know who sent this, I know the date, and then you know what I needed to do? You know what I need to do? Now I have to check security cameras for 24 hours to understand when it happened, what time it was, and which location of the airport this happened. And then I needed to, you know, it takes time. It takes at least maybe 4 or 5 hours of my professional time to look into it. Whereas if you write in that letter that this incident happened at this hour, this time, this location, this, or attached you may find a receipt or the initial report or things like that, it will reduce the time from 5-6 hours to all of a sudden now half an hour or 20 minutes. And that will create a more realistic scenario. Plus, it will help us come up with more vocabulary and better grammatical range. I'm not saying it in a way that you guys think IELTS will put itself in a realistic scenario. I'm saying that if you imagine this as a realistic scenario, you are more likely to come up with better vocabulary, better details, better grammatical structures, and that is really helpful. All right, so task achievement 8, coherence, cohesion, all good. You might say, Kasra, this is 6, why is it 7? Because paragraphing at this range, at this level is not scored, so the paragraphing wasn't ideal. I had 1 sentence paragraphs. That's not normal. That's not good for paragraphing, but it's not scored at this level. So you get 7, but the score stays at 7 until you actually manage to improve your paragraphing. As for vocabulary, everything was nice. Nothing impeded my communication with the writer or the writer's communication with me, and I understood everything perfectly well. I saw attempts to write complex adjectives, compound adjectives with hyphens, but they weren't executed accurately. And that is one issue that may have contributed to this, that the range, the lexical resource is just step away from 7. Grammar is a different story, because for grammar we had 1 sentence with the tense was not accurate in the introduction, and 1 sentence again tense related in the conclusion. This the first if I can go back, this sentence about would and will. I hope this prompt action. No one would should have been will, and the first one. The facility that has been prepared for people to rest. Yeah, this one. Not in the first paragraph, sorry. Here. Has provided for resting. Your airport has provided for resting. That's those elements were the missing elements that affected the communication a bit. So if you ask me, Kasra, does this essay deserve 6.5? I'm going to answer by saying yes and more. It actually deserves 7. But to get a 7, you just need to correct a couple of vocabulary mistakes. That's all. On that cheerful note, and on another cheerful note that I absolutely loved reading this, I'm going to hope that you will have a lovely day ahead. Take care.